Try not to laugh to this CrackerMilk podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the CrackerMilk podcast. How are you all doing today? It's a beautiful day.
God, I'm going good.
Another episode of us just having a little fun time. Welcome to the CrackerMilk crew. Tamara McLaughlin's here, Chris Slater's here, Elias Wedge is here, Goob is producing behind the scenes, and Connor McDuff, me, is here.
Everybody, hands in.
Don't. No.
Come on, Connor.
Audio,
fuck Connor.
audio medium.
But also visual.
Did you
I
say
said it.
hams in? Because if it's hams, you could put it on the floor.
Yeah, and he would eat it off the floor.
And I'd eat it off the floor.
I hate that this
We got Dad in today. He's in all black CrackerMilk merch available on the Lonely Kid.
Oh, sorry, that was the wrong one.
I'm going to move that away from you if you keep doing that.
I was just trying to do the air
The
horn.
bit's done. Last week you did the bits. We're not like I will literally confiscate the soundboard.
Elias.
It's just the sad one. That's my last one.
Okay. You can do that sometimes. You know what? I'll give you. You know what we'll do? You can have one of those, Annette.
Cool.
You get
He
that.
had two. He just had two.
No, that one doesn't count.
I'm the only one who hasn't had to touch it.
Starting from now, yeah, God, that's what she said. Starting from now, you're the only that you get one per ep of that sound. Okay.
Okay. That sound or just a
The whole
sound?
soundboard, one.
Cool.
Now, guys, it's been good. Chris is here. Lonely Kids Club, go grab your merch. LonelyKidsClub.com. Please remember that all the prices are in AUD. They are not $45 US. That would be fucking insane. This shirt is a Gamer Sup shirt that we got. You can go there, use discount code CrackerMilk, 10% off. Get that shit. We got so much stuff.
Shit's amazing.
stuff.
We got Gamer Sups behind us. Anyway, look.
Jane's down there as well.
Before Jane.
Is that Jane?
Jean Grey.
Jane Grey.
Jane.
Yeah, that's Goob's. He calls her that. Goob calls that his sticky Jean. I'm not sure why.
She was the eldest daughter in the House of Stark, wasn't she?
House of Stark. Oh, you're
you
talking
talking
about
about-
Sansa Stark.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Is that not who it is?
No.
It's just that they play the same
you?
character.
What?
Yeah. What?
Redhead.
How did you? Who the fuck rolls there?
Yeah, what the hell?
What?
Yes.
Jealous.
Guys,
More than amongst our audience
quick
will
update.
know that there was a reference there. It's
Yeah.
the same actress.
Yes,
isn't
it is the same actress. Yes, Sophie Turner.
Married what's
Sophie
her name?
Jonas.
Divorced.
She
A
married
Joe
a
bro.
divorced.
A Joe bro.
Correct.
Guys, quick update on the geopolitical situation in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I am not responsible. Once again,
Well,
I'm not involved. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Why do you have to bring that up?
because that's what a guilty person would say.
Rumors. Well, no, it's rumors. Rumors are coming
What a
around.
guilty person would say.
Yeah. Well, I'm not involved in the Middle East. I have never. I don't have an opinion. So
Yeah, sure.
Just saying.
Haven't
Didn't
been
see
there.
you a lot last week, Connor. So
Yeah.
now, what were we talking about just before the potty? And I said I was going to bring it up. We were talking about
A story about someone, a goose.
Oh my God!
Oh
Yeah. So we were
my.
talking
Talking
about
about
Fabio.
Yeah.
The I don't know if you guys know Fabio, but he was
It's a bit like this.
he was the lord of the land.
Yeah, he was a
in
very, very
1901.
handsome.
Back when I had hair.
He was a sexy,
Billowing white
the
t-shirt.
epitome of like sex in the 90s, right? Like
Usually
yeah.
be found on the cover if
Of
you're
Mills and
watching the
Boon.
video
Smart, yeah.
version of this.
Chris
of a
Waddington
Mills and
Smart.
Boon.
Yeah.
Mills and Boon Forbidden Royal Vows. Normally, it was a Fabio picture.
Anyway,
No, it's
so
a-
he opened up a theme park, went on a roller coaster, and fucked his face up because a goose slammed into him, and he fucked his face up. He went all bloody,
Yeah.
and that's actually more common because one of my childhood best mates, Jamison, shout out to Jamison, I'm sure he listens, wouldn't he? And a good friend of mine, one day just goes, "Oh yeah, I was at the Tower of Terror." And I'm like, yeah, well, how was it? He's like, I killed a bird. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you killed a bird? And I don't know, I swear I've told this.
I think
I
you
have told this, but I'll tell it again. And basically, for the Tower of Terror, if you don't know what the Tower of Terror is, in America, it's the Hollywood Hotel ride, isn't it? But here, the Tower of Terror is like, you would have the ride at a Six Flags, but it's like a car that goes so fast up a track, it goes completely vertical up a tower, and then all the way up, and then the momentum takes it all the way back down. And on the way back down, apparently Jamison felt like he got hit in the chest, like something whacked him, and he didn't know what was
In the
going
chest?
on.
On the
he
way
went-
down?
Yeah, he's like, oh, and then
the way up?
and then the tower. No, on the way down, because the new Tower of Terror, you face the other way.
Yeah, they did a reverse on it. They switched it around.
When?
Yeah, so you used to you'd go backwards down, and now you go frontwards down.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
And they called it the Tower of Terror 2, and all they did was flip the fucking seats the other way. Anyway,
That's
so
right.
he
Marketing, man.
the car
like on the
pulls
train.
up for him to get off, and he looks down, and there is a flat rainbow lorikeet that has slammed into his chest, and the momentum was so
A rainbow
much
car.
that it stuck to his chest. So he looked down and went, ugh, and just went like this and said nothing. It just fucking continued his day. And I'm like, dude,
really?
that's crazy. Yeah, anyway, killed the bird.
Did it die or was it just unconscious?
Oh, mate,
It was-
Jamison was 6. He's like 6'3". That thing was pulverized. And then we were on the train that
The
goes
Fabio
around
of Gold Coast.
The train that goes around Dreamworld, and I
yeah.
said I dare you to run next to it while we were in the middle of the bush, and he jumped off it and ran next to it and jumped back on, and we thought it was real fun. And then the train stopped in the middle of the bush, and the conductor got off and like fucking went off his nut and was like, "You could have died." And
Why?
Jamison went because he could have died, and it was stupid.
To jump off the tram.
The train.
The train, yeah. There's a train that goes around. There's the loop of Dreamworld. But it goes through an area.
Why is that gross that they have a train?
Yeah.
I just feel like that's a bit much.
The River
Really?
Rapids ride's probably a bit much for me.
It's the thing that the
No, I feel like,
yes, the River
I feel
Rapids
like that'd be the safest ride there now.
I don't think so.
I don't think that ride's ever seen.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't even know. They've
Mate,
closed it down.
imagine-
Sure.
Are they?
Are you out of your mind,
I thought
Tamara?
they would, yeah.
Hey, sorry that this harmless ride for children crushed a bunch of people and they died and drowned. It's open again.
Yeah, there's no way it's open again. They would have shut that. They would have.
Oh well, I think like back
I'm
back in the day,
curious.
like a few kids fell off the water slides and stuff and died, and then like no one did anything about that.
I don't think that ever happened.
No, I think it's all old wives' tales.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
And just quietly, you're an old wife.
You are an old wife.
Just
Oh, wait, you're not married.
pipe down,
It's
Chachi.
confusing because you've got 2 kids and
My
a
God.
partner, but you're not
This
married.
guy.
Are you living in sin?
You live in sin, yeah.
That's
She's
the only way
full
to
in
do
sin.
it.
All right, I'm dobbing you in, baby.
To
Do
who?
it.
The parish priest.
Fucking come at me.
Hey, the priest is like, that's not appropriate. That's not right what you've done.
Oh, we woo.
How old's the kid?
That's right.
You're so naughty.
I said we've got another skit, another Doctor Disrespect skit, so we can't do this one, but I'll bring it up on the potty, and it's a guy has cardiac arrest on a plane, and someone goes, is anyone a doctor? And then it's Dr. Disrespect, a famous streamer who's a groomer. He gets up and he goes, I'm a doctor, and he walks over to the girl and goes, how old are you? And she goes, 18, and he goes, and then walks off.
18.
He's a child groomer. Yeah.
So this guy was a real person, Dr. Disrespect.
He's like a character that with a fake
I mean, it's in the
mustache
name.
and a mullet, and he got
He was trying
popular
to tell
'cause
you
he-
what was
he
up.
took it all seriously when he played games.
the
Like, I'm
mustache was
cool.
real.
And then no, it's not. And then he turned out he was like grooming his fans. I don't know what it is about fucking YouTubers with kid audiences where they're like, I think I'm gonna try and have sex with them. Like they all do it, all of them. Oh, you know what? Most of my fans are underage. I think I'll throw my whole career in the toilet by trying to have sex with them.
Yeah. Have you watched the Dan Schneider doco?
Great
Which
guy.
one?
Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
The
Oh, the Nickelodeon one.
Yeah, the Nickelodeon
Couldn't have happened to a
yes.
better bloke.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have.
no.
About Drake. Drake.
is a foot.
the Drake
Drake
stuff, yeah.
Bell.
He's
Drake
the Drake.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. He tried to groom a girl himself, a young
I
girl.
know,
Fuck
but
Drake Bell.
he's interviewed.
Yeah,
like
no,
he's
well,
in this. He's quite prominent in this documentary.
Yeah, and he gets
Yes.
diddled, and the whole thing's like, poor Drake Bell, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you go, hang on, what did he do? And you read what he was doing, and it's like, oh, I feel way less bad about this. This is actually just him trying to like claim he's a victim as well, so therefore his crimes aren't good. But he tried to like diddle a fucking young girl, like a 15 or 14-year-old girl, and was just caught sexting them. And then he went, yes, I was caught sexting, but I never would have gotten past that.
This is just so much trauma with the P. Diddy list coming out and
Well, it's only traumatizing because you're
James
worried
Franco
about...
starting an acting school.
I've noticed, Tam, that
Again?
every time you hear about P. Diddy, you Google Tamara McLaughlin, P. Diddy, just to see if your name's popping up yet. So maybe is something going on you want
I'm
to tell
hearing
us?
a lot of
Bless you for
names thrown
thinking
around now.
I
The
am
P
that
Diddy stuff has like
famous.
opened up a whole new raft of, like, there's all the guys that were attached to Epstein,
Yeah.
and all the other tenuous thing, but all of a sudden it's like everyone else was at Diddy's party. So you're on Epstein Island or at Diddy's party.
Well, either
Or you're
you're
here in the CrackerMilk podcast room.
So it's
Milk.
are you Epstein rich or are you Diddy rich?
That's
are you
right.
are you
Would they be on
are
par
you private
rich, though?
island pedophile or are you
Well,
are
is there
you
not
house
talk
in
now?
LA
Or are you,
pedophile?
or are you 50-foot bed
Yeah.
pedophile?
50-foot bed pedophile is
you a-
still not as
So I believe-
rich as private island pedophile.
I was
That's
told
the
Not
most-
today-
as?
Are you a kitty fiddler
No,
or a
I was
kitty
told
diddler?
today.
Oh! Whoa!
That's
Whoa,
pretty good.
Everybody! You get another one. You get another button. No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You didn't even mean to press that one, did you?
That's pretty good. You know what you were doing there, didn't you? That's pretty good.
Good.
That was
Dude,
good.
that was great.
Yeah, that was well
That
done.
was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
No, apparently Ireland, the talk I've heard today from the kids, the cool kids were telling me today that
The victims, you
the
mean?
latest the latest talk about the Diddy situation is that there is an island off the coast of Florida that is apparently only ever been used for storage of
Baby oil.
of containers, like ships drop containers there. But there's this one whole section where all the containers are blue and they don't appear to have ever moved. And that has apparently been brought up at the Diddy situation. That's where.
Oh man!
there might
Look,
be a certain
I'll be honest with
Certain
you.
what?
area, like a compound or something there, or the use of.
What do you mean?
Freakfest compound.
Yeah,
he's got a
baby
secret.
oil.
In the blue shipping containers?
Yeah, he's got a
So
secret
it's
compound.
this part of the island that
Yeah.
you can see from the top, and there's like all shipping containers all over it, and all these ones move except for these blue ones at one end. There's a whole pile of them, and they never move.
Okay, with all due respect, though,
So he is
if you-
island
If
pedophiling.
you are island pedophiling, but you've got to hide the pedophiling in containers, that's not
true.
private island pedophiling.
Still island pedophile.
Just quietly, did you ever see Diddy on your island?
What do you look like?
I'm not going to say.
Come on, give me a
Imagine being
different.
so
sus.
scared of
He
being
looked very
racist, you
sus.
can't identify a black man.
That's right. That's what it is.
Yeah, did you know the only thing you saw in his island was meth heads and old people.
Lots of
Yeah.
oldies. What's the average age in the island?
Probably like 60.
They're pretty old.
Nah, maybe like
Do they have an old folks home there, or is it literally is an old folks home?
50.
Can you do me a favour, my brother in Christ, and turn the front of your mic towards you, man?
You're not a soundy, are you?
No.
We have a soundy beside us.
Oh, right. Tamara's a soundy now.
Tamara's
She
a-
did
Yeah.
sound.
What was the joke you and Emily said yesterday? That it was so funny. Whatever. What?
She was trying to plug something in, and then she's like, "Oh, I couldn't find the hole." And then,
That's what
and
Emily
then
said,
Emily
"If I
said,
had a
"If I
dollar."
had a dollar."
that
But
was
she said it so nonchalant.
Yeah, she said
She
it very
did.
nonchalant.
It's like it's a very classic joke, but just
It is.
pure bliss when the timing's right, you know?
Correct.
Tickled my pickle aggressively and I nearly doubled over in a
Girls
bit
don't
of
have
wee.
pickles. Girls don't have pickles.
I nearly flooded my basement,
Boys have dickles.
Boys have pickles.
allegedly.
You have a bean. You have a bean.
The magical fruit.
For you, it's
The more you eat,
Jesus
the more you
Christ.
toot.
The more the toot, the better you feel.
Yeah, Jamison, my best mate, crush a fucking bird.
Oh, circle
Yeah.
back.
a rainbow lorikeet.
I've crushed a mouse, but we've talked about
We've
that.
talked about that mouse, mate. That mouse is well and truly
Speedy.
gone. Poor Speedy. Not fucking
Speedy.
fast enough, eh?
Richard
Rip
Gere thinks that's a
Speedy.
great story.
Rip Speedy.
So
Richard
Yeah.
Gere.
yeah, he thinks your story's saying, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, that's how it happens.
Thanks, Richard.
Do you reckon Richard Gere got the gerbil up his ass from being at a Diddy Freak Fest? Are they called freak offs or freak fests?
Freak off.
Did off.
Freak off.
Was it a freak off? I don't know. It's incredible. Like, I'm so glad the Diddler's getting done in, and I can't wait for them all to get done in.
Sounds like,
Which-
sounds like a, like a DC villain.
Big talk about,
I believe I can
Jay-Z
fly.
and
Who's that
that.
guy?
Oh, sorry, can we?
I believe I can fly. R. Kelly.
Kelly, that's that guy. He wasn't he? Didn't he get done for like?
He
human-
got wrongly convicted. He had to go when he had to go.
He married a Leo when she was like
Yeah,
16.
but it wasn't just there was the weeing thing, but didn't he also get done for human
And
trafficking or
such
something?
Bro,
as
there is a fucking video on TikTok of him performing in like fucking Yugoslavia or something,
Yeah.
and it's him singing, asking if girls in the front row, he's singing out loud, if they have their passports and their visas. Like literally within a song,
R. Kelly gonna give it to you.
in a fucking country, and is pointing at girls and singing, "Do you have your visa? Do you have your like come with me? I'll come pick you up and we'll hang out." And because
But maybe he's doing it as a bit, like, "Look how funny I am."
No one fucking knew back then,
And he didn't know how to read the room.
No, I don't
Ooh-wee.
think. I don't think R. Kelly was doing all of that as a bit.
Maybe he's actually a really fun guy and it's just a little piss and everyone just
wait, check this out.
see it. I really feel like that's something Connor would
don't
do.
be fucking upset about it. It's just a bit of piss. No, don't be upset about it. No, come here. I'm sorry. I got you again, you fucking it. No, don't call the cops. And that's pretty much what happened.
Many years ago, I met a guy, big guy, and we found out we had a mutual friend, right? And I said to him, "Oh, such," and he goes, "Oh, yeah, he's a bit of a fucking wanker." And I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, he's a bit fucking on himself." I said, "Really? I thought this bloke's a pretty decent fella." He goes, "No, he got the shits with me one night. We're at the pub, and anyway, I got the shits, and he got the shits, and anyway, fucking, I got the shits. We had a big blue." I said, "Oh, he seems like pretty." He goes, "All I did was I pissed on his leg, and a bit splashed on his wife." That's what he said. I went, I pissed on his leg and a bit splashed on his wife, and he got the shits. And he thought he was a bit of a fuckwit because of that
Lord.
reason.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh,
What a fucking ungrateful asshole.
What tender. That's right.
What a stand-up guy.
I
Maybe
saw.
he should be a sit-down guy. if he
That's
became-
right. Standing at the bar, too. They were standing at a bar, and he just thought it'd be funny to piss on his leg.
To be fair, Connor just whips his out anytime he's outside and
do.
chucks a piss.
Yeah, I don't whip it
I
out
have
any time
seen-
I'm outside. When I got a tree to hide behind.
Yeah, look, that is.
He
that is the
barely
true
hides behind a tree. He
That's
goes
the
onto
hidden
the
job.
wrong side of the tree. He's on the person side of the tree.
No, actually,
He
I
puts
just
his
go.
ass against the tree
He
and then pisses away.
away from the tree.
And he starts running
I
up and down.
agree.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh, my worms are itchy.
He's like, I just got to shake it out.
Was that too?
Dude, what the fuck?
I'm
Why are
sorry,
you
I
fucking
forgot.
bringing
I
up
didn't- I
tapeworm?
told-
You're
I
gonna
forgot.
fucking. You know
forgot
how
you did
embarrassed
that.
I am when they come out and it looks like I've got fucking
That's-
big long strands of line coming from my arsehole.
But that's what happens, though. Like,
Listen, I'll go in. Listen, I'll go in.
that's why you crutch sheep, because sheep rub their ass on barks of tree because they have that curly hair where the shit gets caught in the.
What's that called again? Dag.
Dags.
Dingleberries.
But you've got to crutch them. So you shave like the little target around their ass and their eyes because of the wool. Anyway, it all seems
Like
to
a
come
face
together.
of
So
sorts.
if you don't ride the worms, but the worms ride you,
They're not riding me. They're inside of me,
They're
taking
riding
my
you
nutrients.
inside.
Tapeworm. Yeah, they don't ride. They sit and absorb. But mine are
think-
good. Mine are good. They're pleasant guys. From what I'm.
Do you high five?
No, they're fucking worms. They don't have arms. You
they're
idiot.
fanatics.
Isn't it one long arm? We could argue.
Is a worm's torso and body one long arm? No. It's not.
How do you-
If they interlock with each other and become one like entity, then
Full
yes.
circle. That's where the term full circle.
Should we talk about some like current events and stuff? Oh, I had an experience and I want to share it, and I'm not sure if this joke is inappropriate, so I'm going to pitch it. And Goob, right now, just you're going to in the
Be on
cut.
high alert.
There's going to be a bit where you use a little cut tool and press it here, just in case you got to delete this clip. But I don't know if it's too inappropriate. I thought it was funny. Now I was at the shops and I was walking around and I'm like walking to the car. And out of nowhere, I hear screaming, like full on, like, fuck you, you fucking say that again, you fucking. But it was like coming from low to the ground, and I look over and there is a little person screaming at someone who must have said something. But that's not the funny bit.
Chris.
That a little person went to
Chris.
the shops. Little people can go to the shops too. Stop laughing at that.
Like you baited him. You baited him.
That's not the bit. Look how red it is.
You baited him. You baited him.
Laughing because a little person's
Leave him
angry,
alone.
dude. You can't find that funny, dude. But cancel.
Chris, he hasn't gone to the funny
Let
bit
him
yet.
breathe. Oh my God. Are you okay, Chris?
Yeah.
The little people write in all caps to overcompensate, and the punchline was not funny and probably rude, so we're going to cut it. But enjoy Chris just laughing hysterically.
I would pay fucking
He
so much
went-
money to
We
have
called you-
seen
He's
that.
like a chameleon, and he blended to his background.
We called you out at the last podcast for all your fucking shit that you send us, all the depraved stuff.
Was I here when you called
No,
me?
I said
and
basically-
by we,
I said
it's
if
just Connor.
you're in a third world country and you have a horrible deformity and you're wondering why the video has 1 million views, it's because Chris exists. That's why it has 1 million views.
He's gone red again.
He's gone red at the
You sent me
thought.
something horrible the other day.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Probably about furries or something horrible. Or was it the Indian health thing with all
What the fuck was that?
I don't
Yes.
know. You went there.
Yeah, that's
and
wild.
what's with the smut you bought in, mate?
I found it. This is called
I found
Spare.
it in my wife's drawer.
What's it called?
Spare. This is Prince Harry's
Forbidden Royal Vows.
autobiography.
Spare.
Yeah. This is where it comes to see it's Prince Harry. Clearly fucking Prince
Why
Harry.
does it say spare?
I don't understand that joke. Spare.
Prince Harry's autobiography was
'cause
called
he's-
the
Spare.
spare. The spare.
The Spare.
Oh,
Yeah.
because he's.
Instead
oh.
More
of
like
There's
this
the air and the
spare.
spare. That was the thing.
Can you fucking imagine being one of the only people left that are a part of royalty within the world, and you complain about being the spare? I will throw rocks at him.
Dude, a spare is still 10 points.
That's right.
Like, you still
I thought
get-
it was 11.
No.
Oh,
It's double whatever your next bowl is.
I don't bowl because I eat pussy.
I
So
feel threatened by that comment.
why?
You've never been
It
bowling.
just sounds horrifying.
No, I don't bowl
Okay.
because I'm good and effective at eating out women, and the
Because
two are
people who
mutually.
bowl
They're
are
mutually.
good with their, like,
Yeah, no. It's
fingers.
just like you're not having any
Two on the
sex
pink,
if you're
one
good
on
at
the
bowling. If you're good at bowling, you're not having sex. All right.
Columbine.
What? Just got a fucking hard cut to Columbine.
Great venue to go bowling at.
Correct. Marilyn Manson loved
Great
it.
venue.
Marilyn Manson was a
heard-
big Columbine fan.
What?
He was supposed to play there. That was the whole thing. Remember Marilyn Manson? Did you not see the movie? He's in the movie quite a bit.
He said, "Hey man, sorry, can't make it. I just figured out you can suck your own dick
If
if
you
you
take-
remove some ribs." Oh, I gotta go.
Bat heads.
And what?
Didn't he?
No, that was Ozzy Osbourne.
That was Ozzy Osbourne.
it's
No,
not
Marilyn
real.
got cancelled because he beat up his girlfriend. What was her name? The actress. Westworld.
Dolores.
The girl that was in Westworld, yeah, the blonde girl.
Dolores?
Yeah, she's an actress and she was with
She's
him
awesome.
for years and years and years. And then afterwards.
With who?
Marilyn
Marilyn
the
Manson.
Australian woman.
Was she really?
Yes.
What's
No,
it like? Not
she's
Rachel.
British. Yeah, it is Rachel something. Yeah,
She's
she-
a massive. He's a massive abuser. Like
Yeah, and she was the
Rose
main-
McGowan.
Rose McGowan was with him,
McGowan.
but then this girl was with him for years and years
Wow.
and years. Yeah, it was like almost 10 years they were together.
Can you check me that?
And guys, can you believe it? David Grohl had a kid outside of his marriage. This
And now
just
he's
in.
he's cancelled.
Rockstar
What are you looking
had
for?
sex.
But Rockstar has been
This
married for like
just in.
20 years.
Rockstar that's married had
They've cancelled the
sex.
tour. They've
I
gone-
can't believe my parasocial relationship with Dave Grohl, where I thought he was a beautiful angel based on fucking nothing, isn't true. It doesn't make sense. He was the last good one. He's a fucking rock star. He's got millions of dollars. He's pumping drugs. He's on the road. He's having an affair. Any comedian, any rock star, they're pumping away. Pump, 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 pump. That's all they do. They're pieces of shit.
So Evan
And
Rachel Wood. Evan
They're on
Rachel
the
Wood.
list.
Is David Grohl on the Diddy list?
Yeah.
No.
He wouldn't dare.
not.
He just has extramarital affairs and births bastards. I'm allowed to say that as one.
Didn't wear a dummy.
How's this? Evan Rachel Wood.
He did.
I misread it. She's not British. Evan Rachel Wood is actually American. Evan Rachel Wood is the actress. But
No
she,
one fucking.
this is the girl that was with Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
But she was married to, guess who?
She's
Jamie Bell.
Australian.
She was married to, what's his name?
Drake Bell.
No, Jamie Bell, the guy that was in
What were you just doing?
Dancing.
The fuck was that?
Jamie Bell.
Jamie Bell was the kid in the movie.
Footloose.
Oh, Root
That's
Leg.
Kevin
He was in
Bacon.
Root Leg.
That's Kevin Bacon.
Came out in 06, Root Leg.
No.
Twister.
No.
What are you doing?
Kid that goes, he's from Northern England and he's
The Milky
dancing,
Bars are on
and
me.
he wants to go
Billy
to
Elliot. Billy Elliot.
Billy Elliot. Well done.
Fuck.
So she was married to Billy Elliot. So she went from Marilyn Manson to Billy Elliot. Cop that.
Yeah, but Billy Elliot did grow up on the wrong side of the tracks. So
How's the smart?
Pretty weird.
Do you want to read some?
You dude.
There's some weird. It's
Elias
Mills
is
and
reading,
Burns.
Elias is reading smart at the
The
moment.
fuck is that?
He could see she didn't like that by the way her chin inched up.
Anal sex, that is.
It's who you are. It's who I am. Those things can't mesh. You mean your pedigreed status and the fact that I am a mongrel, I suppose.
mongrel.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Means a bitzer, like you're not from purebred stock.
And then you get,
Like inbred.
Yada yada yada.
Well, no, just like
Inbred.
It does work, Mila. Behold,
Inbreeding.
it's working right now. We are magic, she agreed, though her voice was rougher than he had heard it in years.
Spoke
Since she
up.
had looked at him with the same grey eyes. But a stranger's face had said, there has been some news.
thou be my prince?
I can't fuck you, you mongrel.
I
My father,
mongrel,
one of my favourite sisters quotes.
my father, the king, is dead. Here now, she leaned a little bit closer over that island between them. But it can only be a temporary magic, Caius. Like before.
Kiss?
All right.
You mean-
This is
All right.
fucking shit.
Did you just
She laughed.
say
Okay,
kiss?
okay.
One of my
Okay.
favourite Bogen quotes, probably the most Bogen quote I've ever heard in my life.
I just need to
My
read this
sister.
one line.
Oh,
Sorry.
fucking hell. Go on.
Unless a bosom is
It's-
heaving, I don't want it.
It's. But she laughed, looking startled when he came around the island, swept her into his arms, and then demonstrated how powerful his temporary magic was. Right there on the old wood table.
That's what a stiffy's called,
more
temporary
than once
magic.
for good measure.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what were you
Temporary
saying?
magic.
So when my sister was having her first child, right,
Oh no.
she was in the hospital, Logan Hospital.
she all right?
She was in hospital having a baby.
Should we
And
go
there was
now?
another
Do you
lady
need to-
there-
should we
there was
cut it
another
short
lady
so you can
there.
go visit her?
This is in the Logan Hospital. There was another lady there who
Is
was
she-
also in labour. And
Oh,
the nurse came in
do
and
you know how
said,
to-
girls,
do we need to go?
said, girls, there's a single bedroom left, or there's the ward left, right, but there's a single bed. So the first one of you to have, who has your child first is going to get the
Should we go
single room.
secure the room?
Great.
Should we
More
go secure
competition
the
for
room?
women.
And this
Yeah.
lady turned to my sister and said, how many you had, love? And Joanne goes, this is my first. And she goes, this is my fifth. It's like a fucking water slide down there. You got no chance. That's what she said.
Yeah,
That's the most bogan thing I've ever heard in my life.
I've heard some
It's
pretty
like a
bogan
fucking
things.
water slide down there. You got no chance.
When we went to
Give me my pack
Got
of
a
Winnie
light.
Blues as
Got
a
a
push
light.
present, Daryl.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
What?
Take
I
Rockhampton.
wouldn't possibly.
Yeah,
The girl out of Rockhampton, you can't take
I-
Rockhampton out of the girl.
I'm of pure pedigree.
What were you saying yesterday? You were craving a cigarette.
You did say that yesterday.
You're
I don't know
absolutely
what it
craving a
is.
cigarette, you
You still-
scum.
you
I
still
wouldn't
craving
do it.
one?
I don't know.
Have
I
you ever
wouldn't
smoked?
do it.
Were you ever smoking?
Like a dabble, like I'd have like when drinking in my in
dabble.
back in the
Definitely
day.
had more than one. You were fucking
Oh
smoking
no,
away.
I would have smoked.
You're an actress. You were fucking smoking away.
Yeah, but like not enough to like warrant me craving them now. And I hate this. I hate the smell of it. I'm just like thinking how nice it would be to get that little buzz you used to get when you'd have a
Just
drink
have a
and a
zin.
dart.
Have a zin. Have a pouch.
You ever
tobacco
smoked a
pouch.
cigar?
Yeah, but I don't think the cigars don't give you the head spin, does it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fucking will if you
Fucking
fucking.
If you inhale it, but you know it, man.
Can I ask you a question? When
they
we
say.
go to like an event, Chris, and we have to wear like formal wear, a suit and tie, can you always wear a penguin suit tuxedo for me? Like everywhere we go, just top hat,
Tails.
full tails, like full penguin tux. I think that would be
That'd be so
hilarious to
funny.
have everyone dressed to the nines and you are consistently dressed like the penguin. I think that's fucking awesome.
That's so funny.
Anyway, the penguin's a girl now in the new Batman series.
No, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck women, hey.
What is with
They're
this?
coming for our gig.
No, they're not. They can't come for our gig. The wage
They're
gap's
just-
too large. You can't jump up.
Well,
Girls, it doesn't make sense.
What?
Oswald Cobblepot. It doesn't make sense.
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, girls can't do mean things.
Girls aren't threatening.
Well, no, they are. But like threatening my livelihood,
Yeah.
not
How would
threatening
you
my
feel
life.
if we turned James Bond around and made it Mr. Moneypenny was the secretary?
And we called it Games Bond because it's a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then Games Bond, what?
What?
You could do it.
No.
No, that would be shit.
That would be shit. What are you talking about?
Men have men stuff, girls have girl stuff. I've seen
right.
boy stuff, girl stuff. Don't forget the boy
Boy
stuff.
stuff.
Men are from
girl stuff,
Jupiter and girls are
boy
from some other
stuff.
place.
I can't.
Earth.
Men are from Jupiter and girls are from fucking somewhere.
That's
I don't
that
know.
book, isn't it?
I don't pay attention. I don't listen. Shut up. Shut up.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I know what it is.
I would love to read.
I'm enlightened.
I'd love to read old love letters from men or like journal entries from men when their wife was just a bitch and the rules were horrible and women were treated horrible. Like just that, like
You wait till I get home and get the stick out.
just found it. Dear diary, took my dog for a beautiful walk after being in the church. Found a big, beautiful straight stick, firm, unbreakable.
The size of
I'm
my
going to beat
thumb.
the living fuck out of my wife later. Keep you posted. Dear diary, it was a beautiful day. The stick didn't
Ridiculous.
break.
It's
My
so
wife
sad that it
didn't give
wasn't
out.
too long ago, really.
No,
beat her.
that's not. I do not think that was even a fucking thing. I do not think women were really. I think women were treated not very nicely, dude.
Yeah,
That's right. But that was all
that's what I'm
literally
saying.
just Sean
That's what-
Connery.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Go smack around the
that's-
mouth.
Yeah, I can't believe he came out and was like, "Yeah, beat you on."
Yeah, that's right. Got to keep him in the line every now and then.
Yeah,
Yeah, James Bond.
That's the woman. That's
James
the,
Bond. Good backhander.
Oh
what?
man,
What did you say?
Yucky.
Sorry, what was that last bit?
Good backhander.
Outlander.
Right.
A lot of Outlander.
Ah, Jamie. Sorry, different Outlander.
Okay,
you're
bye.
talking about Outlast, right?
Yes.
No,
I don't know.
I finished it. Chris is watching Outlast at the moment.
I am 3 episodes in.
Yeah,
and I'm hooked,
I watched
baby.
the first
I'm hooked.
season.
Watch season 2.
Crab pots.
No, you don't want to. You don't want to watch season 2.
No.
No,
No.
why?
I've got other things to do.
No,
I'd rather watch other things.
What's Alone like?
I love Alone.
I don't like
Alone.
Alone because it's too survival orientated and too. I don't like I like the social aspect of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Alone
like.
is you literally
It's just
alone.
purely survival.
Because Connor pictures himself with his friends.
Could you do it?
Yes, I genuinely can't be alone ever. That's not a lie. I have an issue with that. It's like a problem I have where if I'm alone for too long, I go crazy.
Yeah.
And by too long, I mean a day. I can be inside a day
Really?
with people not hanging out with me. I can
But
be.
then he also has like a social battery that once it's done, he's like, okay, get out of the house.
Yeah.
That's not a social battery. That's a work battery.
Social.
And you're right. I do have issues. I have anxiety issues, but I also am a socialite. It's very hard being me. Okay.
Couldn't tell.
You are fucking out of your mind rude. You know what? I don't know if it's because you're on your period or because you're emotional or because your kids are ripping your tits off when they suck on them. I don't know what's going on in your girl brain.
I guess we'll never find out.
No, we won't. But what I want you to do is get in your car and drive home after this.
Okay.
No, sorry. I was going to say really...
I was going to.
I was going to make a joke about how you can't drive. I'm sorry. It didn't come out.
Oh.
And you're being fine. You're being fine. You're fine. You want a cigarette?
No, not from you.
How about some smart?
Yeah.
Pulls it out of his pocket.
right.
I would never
Why
take...
are some of
warm.
these,
It's
some
pretty
of these
warm.
pages dog-eared?
I would never take a...
I'd be worried about the ones stuck together.
Yeah, don't worry.
It's a 400-page book, but 300 pages are readable.
Yeah. The good stuff's on the pages that are sealed.
Yeah, they're called the secret seals.
Those magazines, they used to have, remember the girls' magazines used to come out and they'd have sealed sections in them?
Yeah.
Is that still a
Yeah,
thing?
Dolly Doctor.
Yeah, Dolly, is that still a thing?
I don't know.
Are
I
the
don't
seal
know.
Dolly?
sections like the naughty stuff?
Yeah, it was. And they'd be
Yeah,
like,
it was the
oh,
adult.
yeah.
Remember Zoo magazine? I remember being like 13. I remember being like 13 and there was
yeah.
all of this advertising for Zoo magazine. It was like supermodels like looking hot. It was for
Yeah,
guys. But it was just like a it was not a porno mag. It was just like a sexy.
There used to be a magazine.
Huh?
There was.
It was like it wasn't porn. It was like, but it was
Zoo
for
was
like
the evolution
like
of there
softcore.
there used to be a magazine that came out weekly. There was two. There was called People and Picture, I think it was called, and they were both like competing. But they had so they always had like topless girls pictures and shit like that. But the back page of one of them, I don't know which one, always had thing of amateurs sending in pictures of their girlfriends. It was called Home Bodies or Home.
Oh my
something like that.
god, dude!
Yeah, it was like.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and none of them were good. None of them were good. You know, they'd end up on the coffee table at work or something, and you'd go, "Oh, what the fuck?" And there'd be like half a dozen pictures of guys' girlfriends who would always be these fat bogans.
Zoo? Is that Zoo?
No. It was Picture or People with I think it was Picture, and that like the journalism was it wasn't journalism at all. It was
Journalism.
just horrific stories, you know, and
What a one.
you know, and it was literally a magazine for bogans, like Bogen.
I think that maybe
Serious
was
Bogen.
what Zoo turned into. Remember Zoo? I used to know a lot of girls who would send their own pics into Zoo.
We just had this big conversation
I
about Zoo.
I didn't listen.
She was lost in the smart.
I was lost in the smart.
I want
That's so
comments.
funny.
I
Holy
legitimately, this is the second act where Tamara's sat in the fucking corner and has not done shit. Call her out in the comments, you fucking. That is ridiculous,
That's so
Tamara.
funny.
How the fuck are we meant to do a podcast if you're not listening?
I'm sorry.
So funny. That was funny. Sorry.
You meant to keep your third ear open tomorrow.
No, you just fucking listen. There's no third ear.
I was listening. I wasn't hearing.
Yeah. Anyway.
I knew something was going
you
on.
knew girls that submitted to Zoo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot
yeah.
of girls I went to school with, and I
Girl.
knew
So
of
how
from
would you
school.
submit to Zoo?
You
As in
just
like,
submit your photos, and they'd all because those people would pay $500 and get a few
nice pics.
bikini pics back in
Yeah.
the day, and then everyone remember those to be a Formula girl and stuff, and they'd have all those competitions and nightclubs.
Right. So
and I knew
like
a lot of people
Zoo,
who did that.
and they got in, like they'd get in and become models for Zoo, or is it like
They get accepted and they post their photo.
they post your photo. It wasn't like, oh, you look hot, we'll take photos of you.
Oh,
It was
no,
like
no.
I didn't know
they
how it
post
worked.
the photo that you submit.
I did
That's
this. I did,
what,
It's for
what
free.
fucking sort of fucking business is that? Send pics of yourself
I know.
looking hot and
saves
and
them a
we'll
saves
make
them
money.
a photographer.
I did the same thing, but for K Zone.
Yeah, and you kept sending photos of your balls.
No. I literally did.
Send a photo of your favorite toy, and it kept being his
Oh,
balls.
I won a competition once
It
as a
was
kid.
for a I drew my own Pokemon design, and I was like, I want this to be in a Pokemon game, and so I was like, I'm just gonna send it to K Zone, because I thought
I
that's what
called
Pokemon
up.
was, and then I got a fuckload of shit back. They sent me like a bunch of K Zones and some stickers and stuff.
Oh,
and some
stickers!
lollies and
I
all
can
that,
beat
and-
that.
What did you get?
I collected is it Lay's or Smith's? One of them. The chip packets, and you had to send a certain amount of chip packets off, and then you win. And then I won a basketball hoop, a big ass basketball hoop.
Do you remember when Paddle Pop did the like lick and win, and
Yeah.
so you'd lick a paddle pop, and you'd have like a what?
No, I found a Reddit thread of people who talking about
Hey,
their
hey,
experience of
hey.
having been a home girl in this magazine.
He didn't listen.
Being a what girl?
A home girl, which is what that page was. This picture magazines, the Bogen ones, all about talking people when girls in their school got done, and it's like a hometown. And this one here, except when I got to see my mum's old ironing lady with the legs thrown up over the lounge chair arms, not my proudest. It's so fucking.
Go on, give us another then.
I really
You
must have.
think's funny?
I should have paid attention.
No,
I
no.
have no idea what's
My
going
mum
on.
was a homegirl. Laugh out loud.
Homegirl.
This is awkward. Yeah, it was called
A zoo
Homegirls.
girl, like same thing.
I
What-
also I remember when I went bowling once.
Yeah.
Where?
When I was a kid.
Where were you?
I don't remember the location.
Then I don't
was,
believe the
quite
story.
young.
I think you're lying. Yeah.
Columbine.
Uh-huh.
No, it was. I was just playing, like I was just bowling with my dad, and I apparently won some prize, or like I got a high score or something for when I was a kid.
Sure.
And they gave me a whole fucking backpack that was Mentos.
Full of hard drives, and for some reason, Dad got in so much trouble
I
and
also
wouldn't let me
think
look in them.
That maybe the Mentos backpack was probably old stock that they were probably
No,
trying to
it
get
was
rid
like
of.
it was like a prize thing. It was like a Mentos themed backpack.
The
It
weird
was
part of
full
the prize
Mentos.
was that Elias didn't like that he had to shake the kid that had the backpack on to get the prize.
I was a kid as well, man.
Yeah, a strong kid with silly strength. I reckon you were probably
Such
walking
silly
around with silly strength as a kid. You were, because you told me that your brother would torment the shit out of you. You never did anything about it. And then one day you snapped and went mental and he freaked out and he never messed with you again because you literally went so crazy you were going to kill him.
Fair dinkum.
How
Was he
old
older
were
or
you?
younger?
Older.
He's
And
2
he,
years
he was
older.
me. I remember it was because he like hit you off the trampoline or something.
No, I hit him off the trampoline. It was like we were play wrestling on the trampoline, and there was like a point where I was like I wanted him to stop and he wouldn't stop, and then it just like it just snapped and I kangaroo kicked him off the trampoline.
And then went after him. Like,
And then I-
kicked
and then
him
I
off.
just
And
continued- went after him,
apparently,
went after him,
one
like-
time- you didn't tell this bit, but apparently you told me you were going, ah! Like you were chasing after him, like going to fucking murder your brother. You told me, because you said the only time I've ever lost my mind, like screamed at someone, was your ex. And on the phone, and it was your brother. And apparently you told me that, like, you were like, you told me you saw red, and he was like, and he's like,
mum let
like,
it-
like he was gonna kill
My
him.
mum let it happen as well. She was like, "Yeah, no, I think this needs to happen."
I know that feeling. So when my nephew rocked up to a school that my kids were already at, and we're a bit worried that he might, coming in a little bit later on, these little kids, he might get a bit bullied, and he was a bit of a target because he had eyebrows that lifted up a bit, so he used to cop the John Howard shit, Anyway,
Lift it up.
well, he's like his eyebrows sort of lifted at the ends, like, so that's how they went
Yeah,
up.
pronounced eyebrows.
Yeah, well, just sort of, some eyebrows go up at the end rather than down.
No.
Only when
So
you're a
he copped shit.
dastardly evil villain from the 1920s.
Correct. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So he copped shit for that, right? But anyway, he rocked up to the school, and I said to Ben, my eldest boy, I said, mate, just keep an eye on your cousin, make sure he's okay. Anyway, next thing, Dad gets called up to school and says, yeah, your son's overreacted a bit. These kids were tormenting him, so he's reacted probably bad. I said, what's he done? He said, stabbed him with a pencil.
Good.
And he went, oh, okay, well, shit, that's not good. So he's gone home and said, let's not do that again, type of thing. Anyway, a couple of days later, he's on the bus, coming home with the bus, and these kids are stabbing him. So stabbed him with a pencil. I think it's called up to school again. He says, yeah, your son stabbed kids with a pencil again. He goes, these kids.
Is this your kid?
No.
Your cousin's.
My nephew.
Your nephew, yeah.
And he said, and my brother-in-law went, okay, yeah. Did you ask why he stabbed them with a pencil? And they said no. And he goes, well, it was on the bus and they were tormenting him and hitting him in the back of the head with shit. And so, he stabbed him with a pencil. I told him not to do it then. I'm not going to tell him not to do it anymore. Maybe you should tell the kids not to bully him. Walked away, right? Anyway, I went up to Ben a couple of days later and I said, listen, Matthew, I know he's been having some trouble, all sort of shit. And he said, is he okay? He goes, oh, no, Dad, he's untouchable. No one touches him anymore. I said, really? And he goes, oh, yeah, the word's got round. You fuck with him, he's going to stab you with a pencil.
Which is a great story.
And I remember my dad, my father, telling me that, like, afterwards we were having a chat one day over there and he said, isn't that fantastic? That's great. He said, I was worried about him too, but, good. Stab kids with pencils.
The kid you didn't mess with in my grade was in primary school, but it was because if you got mad, he'd scream like a dinosaur and chase you around the class. Which I think is a little less threatening, but still frightening, like still a really confronting thing. And and I
we all
I
had a
used to
kid
love
like
hearing
that.
that's Alex. Don't piss him off. He'll scream like a dinosaur. Imagine hearing that.
I would do that
Even
in a flash.
You've got to find your niche.
Even at 10, running around like a dinosaur is embarrassing. All the kids, he'll He'll go full time as well. Babe.
Yeah, we had a girl who used to
I
go
would do
crazy
that.
and like try and then chase you around the classroom and like throw chairs out windows.
We had a girl that in that school from the age of like 6 who was obsessed with being a baby, and would come to school with a bottle and full baby outfit, and did it until I left in year 5.
She needed to go to your
like,
school.
It was a little person, like a small, not a
Sorry?
little person.
She was a what?
She wasn't a little person. Sorry,
Oh,
no
damn.
red face laughter from you, mate. Dude, you're on another level. Can you imagine him as a midwife or a doctor, and you deliver a baby and it's got like Down syndrome or some deformity, and you hear that? Your baby's not working.
Hang on, let me
Hang on,
post
let me
this.
get my big. Sorry, I'm just going to take a quick.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
No.
I saw this TikTok of a bunch of little people, and they have one son that's normal sized, and it's like this guy living in a dollhouse, and it's
It's
absurd.
like a river.
Oh, is that the tall redhead guy?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I like living with my mum,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like crazy because he's like so
Yeah,
big,
yeah, yeah.
and he's got to deal with everything.
Still like Snow White. He's got red hair. Well, he's got his own issues then, isn't he?
And he plays the
Everybody's got their
I'm
costume.
so
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
but
weird.
my son's going to be a little person. It's okay. We all are. No, he's got red hair.
Oh.
Is that the one that
Can we
plays the
abort?
trumpet?
I
Oh, no,
think so.
the trombone.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You know-
follows her around and like
Wah,
plays the-
wah, that's right.
Oh, yes, it is that guy. Yes,
Oh,
it is the guy that follows his
yeah.
mum around and plays the song.
Oh, it's hilarious. We when I was in Port Macquarie, which is a town in northern New South Wales on the coast, a beautiful town. But back in the 70s and 80s, there was a place there called Fantasy Glades, and it was a brilliant place. We used to go there every holiday. We'd always go there, and it had like
Fantasy
all-
what?
Fantasy Glades. It was called.
Glaze.
Glades, Glades,
Glades.
Fantasy
Glades.
Glades. And it was like a theme
Glades.
park that only had like slippery dips and shit like that. But it was all built around nursery rhymes. So they had like the old big
Did you
giant
just say
shoes.
slippery dip?
They slippery
Sorry,
slide.
what the fuck
You
is
mean
it?
like a
Slippery dip.
slide?
It was like a slippery
A
slide. yeah.
water slide? Like a water park slide?
No. It was like
Just a
slippery
slide?
dips. Just
A
a
fucking
slide.
theme park has
Swings.
slippery
That's what I'm
slides.
saying. But the whole point
So
of
it's
the
just
theme
a
park
park.
It was the
just
80s.
it was a park.
But they
right?
would have been the metal ones
Well, it
that
had
are
like a
really
little
dangerous.
train that went around the place. It was
heat up.
designed for
Yeah.
little kids.
I can imagine
But
you. I can imagine you
The
going.
people who ran it were a family.
I can imagine you. Sorry to interrupt, Chris. It's a little person, and to interrupt you, I can imagine you in the 70s going, Sandy, can you just touch my slippery dip a little?
Well, I didn't know my wife in my 70s. I was a kid.
Can you take us to the slippery?
But
dip
we were
ride?
in. But yeah, it was a family of little people that ran the place. So
Yeah.
they embraced the whole Snow White, Seven Dwarfs sort of motif. type of thing.
Culture?
The culture. They lived it up. It was great. And we
You
would go
sound
there all
like
the time.
Carl
and it's-
Pilkington in that
I
bit
did
where
a
he
little bit.
goes to the fucking little person village in China.
What?
And he goes, whoa,
What?
this is amazing. And he sees all these
What?
little people. He
Have
goes
you not
to
seen this?
little
No.
person. So he goes, it's like a travel show, Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the show,
Ricky
but I don't know this
Gervais's buddy. And he goes, he's an idiot, and he goes to China and he goes, and there's a little person village where they're all living in like old school huts. Like they're all living, just wait. They're all living in,
don't give it away too much.
they're all living in old school huts, and it's like literally people just walk around and take photos of them, and they all dress up in like old medieval garb, and they run around and say hi, and they have like a king that lives there and stuff. It's like a theme, like, it's like a fucking.
I'm going to go there and become
And he goes, I can't believe this. And he's like, I can't believe this. This is amazing. I cannot fucking believe they all live here. I can't believe there's a place they all live together. How good. Calls up Warwick fucking Davis to let him know how great this place is while he's there in China. And Warwick's like, mate, that's not good. And he's like, no, it's great. It's great. They look after themselves. They've got their own laws. They've got a king. They've got a king. And it's literally footage of a fucking guy with a foam crown, little person walking around. And Warwick's like, mate, they're being like capitalized on. They're being exploited. That's not nice. Would you want to live up here? And he's like, they seem really, no, they seem happy. They're happy. And he couldn't understand why it's bad.
I'm going to go home and watch that this afternoon.
Yeah.
He's gonna travel there.
That is good. I am. I want to go there
That's his
big
next
time.
destination.
It's one of my favorite shows in Idiot Abroad. The first
Idiot
ep,
Abroad is
when
awesome,
he's
yeah.
walking around Mexico asking to find someone that sells a Mexican jumping bean is one of the fucking funniest things I've ever heard in my life. That you think a Mexican jumping bean is real.
Because he's travelled with Warwick Davis in some of them too. I've seen footage
He
of
asked
that.
Warwick if he has knees.
Yeah.
There's literally a bit where they're sitting down on a tower harnessed, and he's like, "Oh, my knees hurt." Hey, and Warwick goes, "Yeah, mine too." And he goes, "Do you have knees?" and it's fucking
Oh, is
hilarious.
that where that bit
God.
was from?
Yeah. Do you have knees? Yeah, good shit. Anyway, really, really funny show. And then he didn't do it with Ricky, and I did
They were the first podcasts I ever listened to.
the Ricky Gervais show.
With when he had they'd have Warwick Davis. Not Warwick Davis.
Carl and Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah, good stuff. And now Ricky's turned into, you can't say that anymore. About everything, and it's like,
Has he
Jesus, dude.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man, full on. But I mean, he's always kind of been that. But I just think all stand-up comedy being about how you can't say anything, and then you're saying it on a fucking Netflix original when you're getting paid $10 million for it. I'm like, you actually can say whatever you want.
Do you know Stephen Merchant? Do you know his father is Merchant of Merchant and Ivory fame?
What's Merchant Ivory?
So Merchant Ivory were like all these really hoity-toity British films of the 90s and 2000s, and The English Patient and A Passage to India and all these sort of things. So Rear Window, not Rear Window, what do they call it? Something Window. There was another one. Oh, they were Academy
Door.
Award favourites. They used to get heaps of Academy Awards, all that sort of shit. But they were like very highbrow, very thing. Merchant Ivory, and they were the production company, and that's Merchant of Stephen Merchant's dad fame. So.
And Stephen Merchant was an IVF baby, like the first one. That's why he's so freak, because they didn't know how to do proportions at that point. They made him too tall and weird and gangly.
Babies.
IVF babies are interesting.
IVF babies. Sorry.
You ever seen that scene in the Fellowship of the Ring where the Uruk-hai come out of the sacks? That's how IVF babies come out. It's the same thing. Blood mark on his face straight away, all of it. And then they never pee in the shower, which I find.
Do you think they see in colour or black and white?
I think they see in. I think it's echolocation, to be honest. I just find it so weird that Goob doesn't pee in the shower. He's never peed in the shower. That's fucking weird.
Does it make you not need to go with the running water and the warm water?
No.
But he also is the same guy that walks barefoot on the sand and shits his pants. So
True.
That's true.
Is
He
your
shits
pee
in the hot sand.
Is it oily? Your pee.
My pee?
Is it oily?
Oh, it depends if I had an oil change.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to need an oil change when you're an IVF baby.
Yeah.
Once every 6 months, that's the payoff. He doesn't have a bum. He just has a plug that they unplug, leak him out, pump him full up. Imagine having a poo bag.
If you put a mirror.
Are you friends
on
with
a-
Sarah? Sorry.
Who?
Don't worry. Sarah O'Connor.
Sarah O'Connor?
Sarah Connor.
Oh, Sarah Connor.
One that's not a robot.
I know.
That's right.
I'm just wondering if you're friends, like you got the inside.
What?
Don't worry, cut that shit.
No,
leave
don't
that
cut-
in.
leave that in.
Yeah, thank you, Ted.
my
Yeah. On himself. He did it to himself. On himself, bro. On himself. How you liking CrackerMilk? This is your
So much fun.
third week part-time.
I know.
How is it?
Great. I'm very much enjoying it. I get so tired. I just work to the bone. Just work to the bone.
Really?
I just don't know what to do.
Is that why
Have you discovered,
thought,
is there a
that
glass
why,
ceiling?
Is that why you forgot?
You're the
to-
first woman to work for CrackerMilk. Is there a glass? I'm sure there's a glass.
First
I'm not
woman
the
to not get
first.
fired from CrackerMilk.
To work.
Yeah, Connor just keeps loving saying, "Oh, I'm your boss,"
Yeah, but
and I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
But I say that I only say that when I'm like playing with XMen Toys or something really, really
Yeah.
like dehumanizing. And
I didn't realize how into the XMen toys he was. I thought it was always a bit until I've seen behind the emerald curtain and he's got them all staged up on the fucking desk there.
As long as he hasn't got them in sex positions, that's when you need to
Coordinated.
worry. When you see them in sex positions, got to what?
they are highly articulate figurines.
And
if I want to
he's
make love
put them
scenes
into
from
a
the comics.
pyramid.
They're not in a pyramid. They're on three
They
different
used to be in a
plastic shelving.
pyramid,
They're not
and
in a
he
pyramid.
had them
A conga line. If it was a conga line, who'd be in front of him in the back?
categorized.
Beast to be in the back. Who'd be in the front?
Human Centipede.
The Human Centipede would be at the front.
Would
That's a
you
superhero.
rather
No, it's gotta
be
be
the
an
front,
X-Men.
the middle, or the back of the Human Centipede?
What the
Front,
front? What the fuck are you talking
dude. Why do you even
I'd probably
consider
be
it?
in the
Why are you
middle.
considering the middle? What's wrong with you?
Well, you die quicker.
Sometimes you like eating ass and getting your ass eaten at the same time.
No, you're not eating.
I don't think
ass.
there's any eating. It's sewn.
It's sewn on, bro.
No, your tongue is gone.
It's gone, bro. It's just
Is it
straight
gone?
in. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just-
I
they
haven't
just-
seen the movies, so do
No,
they
Yeah.
get rid of
I've
your
never watched the
tongue?
movie.
Did they get rid of your
The
tongue?
Human Centipede is an animal and also a superhero. Imagine someone coming in as a Human Centipede. And you think it's going to be a guy with 100 arms, and it's a dude with two people stuck to his head and ass.
I'd just like
It's
to
just
say,
someone
I
gets
cracked
bitten
a
by a
really funny
centipede,
joke
yeah.
earlier when Elias was putting his shoes on and he was taking his time. I'm like, what are you, a fucking centipede? And I like high-fived myself mentally.
Is that a new one? I thought that was like a phrase parents use because I genuinely thought it was very impressive.
Oh, thanks. No, I just came up with that
I have
in
never
that
heard that
moment.
phrase.
It was great.
before
What
in
are
my
you?
life,
She
that's
said, I did hear her. She said, "What are you, a fucking centipede? Put your shoes on. Hurry up!" And I went, "That is great."
That is
I was
good.
very proud of myself, and I thought, I'm going to bank that.
That was
Yeah.
that's so good. I thought it was a
You
common
can
saying.
trademark it.
Yeah, cool, thanks. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't
it was
trademark
great.
it. That was said in this house. CrackerMilk time, CrackerMilk hours. That's my joke.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
no, 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 no. My initials are
IP, intellectual
TM.
property.
Trademark TM. Mine.
You can't trademark.
No,
TM.
well, it's.
You can't trademark TM. That's the TM.
No, I've TM'd the TM.
Who trademarked?
I TM'd the
trademark?
TM. I TM'd the TM.
You can't.
TMT, dynamite.
You could do that.
That's not that. No.
T.
Okay, guys,
spell
we're
team
doing that
without
thing.
Tam.
We're doing that thing where we're not having a conversation. It just feels like we're on acid. Can we just chill? Yeah, back we go. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Watch me explode.
AC/DC. That probably should be. Do you think that should be our national anthem? If we got rid of the national anthem, what should a national anthem be? TNT is probably a good one.
I want to fly away.
It's got to be an Australian song.
My
Probably
island
Waltzing
home.
Matilda.
That's what I've always said it should be.
Yeah.
Should be my island.
Christina Anu?
Yeah.
What about Waltzing Matilda?
A song about a fucking thief who fucking commits suicide. rather than
I
get
thought
caught.
it should
How's
be
that
Ben
nationally?
Lee's Catch My Disease.
It's a good
Is
song.
he Australian?
Fucking oath he is, yeah.
I love that song. They used to play all the
yeah.
time, Channel 10.
When I was
Cigarettes
a-
will kill you. That's another one of his
When I was a
songs.
flight
Great.
attendant, we actually, during the swine
Coca-Cola.
flu epidemic,
That's the way I like
anyway,
it.
moral story. They somebody like we had to get medics on board to come get somebody, and Catch My Disease was playing because it was our boarding music, and I was like, "Can we change the song?"
What a great song.
It's a great song.
Pushed to the ground. I get.
But would it be the original or the Knowlesy version?
And I've heard him interviewed lately because he was
about me?
famously.
Is that
Who?
not
Which
a
one?
Bit of a
Shannon Knoll?
dick.
Was that not a Shannon Knoll original?
No,
No,
Lord,
1927.
Jeez, Louises.
Yeah, 1927 did that
but-
originally, yeah.
Shannon
I don't know
version
who,
for
but-
Yeah. Oh, no, Moving Pictures. Sorry, Moving Pictures did it, not 2027. Moving Pictures.
You idiot!
Ben Lee was famously a bit of an
I know.
obnoxious piece of shit when he was a young bloke, and those songs were coming out because he had a lot of success very
He
early.
was
only young.
writing a song about transmitting herpes, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Of course he was a fucking asshole.
And then he went on one of the.
Catch
I
My
can't think what the
Disease.
show
He's
was.
trying to give you genital
The
herpes.
panel
he's
or
not.
one like that.
That's what it was about.
And he famously
Na, na,
like,
na, na,
he used to get
na,
people
na,
on
na.
to play live
Read between
music,
the lines.
and he was playing guitar, and he
Lyrically, I'm gonna
had been a bit of a dick during the taping of this show apparently, and it was live, and he was doing this, going to play live music, and for whatever reason, it was like a panel show, and for whatever reason, he decided halfway through that I'm going to be really rock and roll and jump up on the desk and play up on the
And it
desk
fell- and he
instead.
fell off around
Well,
shit.
the plug came out of the
lead.
guitar. The lead came out of the guitar. So then he had to get down and find it and get back on the. It was just him. It was really awkward as all fuck. But then everyone was kind of like, no one was really sad that like everyone was sort of had a bit of a giggle that it happened afterwards because he'd been such an obnoxious.
Well, his
behind
career
him.
didn't really pick up after that. He did 2
No,
songs. and then
he
it
was.
kinda-
He did it because he was
Ben
in a,
Lee.
He was in a very good film, and he was exceptionally good. An Australian film called The Rage in Lake Placid. It was called, and he was
Same.
incredibly good in it. What?
Same.
What's the same? What are you saying? Are you not listening either now?
No, just the rage in my
No.
placid.
I'm sure
Okay.
because he went out with
You know what?
Claire
I changed
Danes for a long time as
I changed my song. I want what's his name? Gautier? Gautier?
Somebody-
Gautier.
is he
well.
Aussie too?
But no, the best part
Yeah.
is by Chicken. She's a Kiwi. You can't have that.
Chicken Run.
Kimbra does the backing vocals. That's the best part of it. And
Yeah,
she's
but we can
Kiwi.
just cut the anthem there.
Chicken Run. Like, what about Chicken Run as like a movie you watch
don't
instead of
like
saying
that.
instead of singing an anthem? Why don't we
That's
just
a
play
remake.
play a
Theme song.
movie that we like?
Maybe.
Yes, but Chicken Run's
Neighbours.
not original. Chicken Run's a remake.
Neighbours
It's not a
theme song
remake,
would
you
be the
fucking
best
idiot.
anthem.
Chicken Run is a remake.
Neighbours would be great because that's when good neighbours become
Become good friends.
What about Wallace?
Dude, Chicken Run's a remake.
Neighbours. It's not a remake of The Great Escape.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You can't remake The Great Escape with claymation. It is
just so
inspired
you know,
and based on
The
The Great
opening
Escape.
scene is fucking shot for shot.
I'm aware.
Like frame for frame.
I'm aware.
The opening
All right,
scene of The
Chris.
Great
Well,
Escape.
No one
who's being
fucking
made
says-
into a pie in The Great Escape?
Thank you. It's not a fucking
Who is
remake.
being
it's not
made?
about World War II.
Paul Newman.
It's about chickens turning into pie.
Newman.
Stop fighting, please.
Paul Newman.
We're on the same team for once. Like,
Yeah,
can
no,
we
it's
just let
hard.
that happen?
It's hard.
Oh, sorry, I just
I'm going to be
assumed.
honest. Tamara is like so helpful. I love having her on board every week. I'm so grateful. She's
Wow,
genuinely
we've
very
really-
hard working.
That's
Sucks
not what you
amazing.
told me
Sucking
just
up.
before this podcast.
I knew it.
Don't worry.
I was just
knew
kidding.
it.
Don't worry,
That was a
he's
lie.
lying, he's
I was
lying.
lying.
Don't tell her what I said to Okay.
Ben Lee's married to Ione Skye.
Oh
What
my
are we
God.
doing
I'm
right
not
now?
Just
I reckon-
fucking hanging out with old man
Oh
Yellow
my
over here
God.
as he fucking flicks through his goddamn encyclopedia. Every
to find
fucking
the
chapter
name.
here is just learning
of the
stupid
movie
shit
that Ben Lee
about
was in.
celebrities from your time. Smith-Smithson is
Don't
married to
stand
Bling
there.
Blom.
Don't
Did
just
you know
let this
that?
happen.
No.
Chris Smith-Smithson. Oh, Smith-Smithson's in that.
pretty accurate.
You ever seen the film Love on the Rocks from 1956? It was a big hit in my time.
You don't know that?
Oh, let me fucking rant
didn't
about
watch
it!
that!
Let me rant about it for 20
okay.
minutes!
Oh my God!
So your dickhead said, because
You
Love,
are
Love on the
uncultured.
Rocks was not a movie, it was a song by Neil Diamond.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
So
that.
you just
Thank
made
you.
yourself,
Yeah,
you
thanks.
made
Sorry.
fools of
No,
yourselves.
thank you.
I can sing the song.
Well,
Love on
thanks,
the Rocks.
Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
I feel uncultured.
Well,
now.
you know what? You know what I'm happy is that you want to come over and you want to have a chat that we want to have, not just hear you fucking self rant about fucking shit from the fucking 70s and 80s. You selfish.
Maybe that's how he shows love.
What? Talking. It's
My
how
love
he
language.
fucking eats. It's how he fucking gets energy. Chris gains energy. He has calorie intake from talking. It's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I actually love him talking, and lots of the fans love your stories. So, you know, I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry I came at you like that.
God, it's the
Do we get
flannelette
comments on the
chick-
podcast?
It's the flannel. It's the flannel that he's wearing has made him very aggressive.
Oh, yeah, funny. That's okay.
Okay, I take it all back.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
Oh my
touch
God.
me.
I can't touch you from over here. I hate it.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't like that you're not right next to me.
Yeah.
Are you done? Are you ready to be done?
Yeah, I reckon like it's time.
Thanks so much for listening to the CrackerMilk
Cracker
podcast. We are
podcast.
going to jump over on the Patreon for the next 20 to 40 minutes of this bad boy. So if you want to see the rest of it where we're clearly getting a bit silly.
I'm getting
you
my
can.
cock out.
No, he's not. Thank you. Bye.
Don't.
Thanks. Also, don't forget to use coupon code CrackerMilk at checkout for gamer subs and get merch.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. If you want to hear or see more of this podcast, our other podcasts, we generally have another 20, 30 minutes of exclusive content that we put up on Patreon. It's usually where we get a bit looser, a little bit wilder, a little bit funnier. Come on over to Patreon. Keen to see you there.